Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. My name is Lt Harper. I'm a lieutenant with the Tracy Police Department. I'm happy to be here to talk to each and every one of you. My message today to you is really simple. I just wanted to come here and encourage you and to tell you that you can do whatever you set in your heart to accomplish. You can do it. And basically my message today is for you to say that I can. I was talking to my daughter, and I said, what's the type of music that kids are listening to today? She told me about this singer by the name of Ray J. And so I sat down and listened to a song by Ray J, and he's singing to this girl. He's on the cell phone, and it's raining a little bit. He's crying outside of her window. If I had one wish, it would be to be with you. I always love you and make you my boo. And so I sat there and watched the song with my daughter and everything. And so this man is living his life with regrets. He wanted to be with this young lady, but now they broke up. I don't want to talk about relationships today, but I don't want you to live your life with regrets, saying, I wish I had done this. I wish I had been whatever I wanted to be. I wish I had put forth an effort to do what my dream was. I want you to say, I can. That's what I'm going to talk about today. I'm going to talk about three things briefly. Don't make excuses. The next thing is to aim high. Whatever you set to do, aim high. And finally, always do the right thing. Okay, so that's what I'm going to talk about today. Say that, maybe I was discriminated against, maybe I'm the wrong race, maybe I'm the wrong sex, maybe I'm the wrong color, maybe I don't speak English as a first language. There are plenty of excuses out there that you can use, but don't allow excuses to hinder your progress. Don't allow excuses to stop your growth. Don't allow excuses to stop you from accomplishing your dream. Always say, I can. I can do whatever it is I set in my heart to accomplish. So the first thing, don't make excuses. So I can tell you there are plenty of excuses out there that we can use, but don't allow excuses to stop you from growing. Don't allow excuses to stop you from accomplishing your dream. My next point is for you to aim high. There's a saying, I'd rather shoot my arrows at the mountains and have them to fall somewhere into the, I'd rather shoot my arrows at the stars and have them fall somewhere into the mountains than to shoot my arrows at a mud hole and hit it every time. Did you catch that? I'd rather shoot my arrows at the stars and have them fall somewhere into the mountains than to shoot it at a mud hole and hit it every time. In other words, aim high. Aim high. I was watching TV, and there was a father. He put his arm around his son, took him to this house. It was a beautiful house. Nice landscaped lawns and swimming pools, just an awesome house. And he put his arm around his son, and he said, son, you see, one day, if you're lucky, you can cut a lawn like this. Aim high. And I'm not saying there's anything wrong with cutting lawns, but what I'm telling you today, just like I would talk to my own children, I would say to you, aim high. If you want to be a doctor, strive to do that. If you want to be a lawyer, strive to do that. If you want to be a teacher, do that. If you want to be a police officer, a firefighter, an architect, whatever it is that you want to be, you must realize that you can accomplish it if you put your mind and your heart and your dedication to it. Let me read this quote. In his autobiography, Breaking Barriers, syndicated columnist Carl Rowan tells about a teacher who greatly influenced his life. And he relates this story. Miss Thompson reached into her desk drawer and pulled out a piece of paper containing a quote attributed to Chicago architect Daniel Burnham. And he says, I listened carefully as she read, make no little plans. They have no magic to stir men's blood, and probably themselves will not be realized. Make big plans. Aim high in hope and work. Remember that our children and grandchildren are going to do things that would stagger us. So in other words, aim high. Don't be satisfied with mediocrity. When your teacher gives you a writing assignment, an essay, a term paper, when you do it, don't turn in mediocre work. Take that assignment, go back and review it again, and look at it and say, is there anything else I can improve on that? Try to do whatever you do in excellence and do it with a good attitude. That's what I tell my daughter all the time. Your attitude can make a world of difference. So don't make excuses. Aim high. And finally, always do the right thing. I talked to a group of young people. Each of them had committed their first crime. They were first offenders, and they had stolen something from a store or whatever. And the department I was working with, they had a youth diversion program for first-time offenders. And this program was established to give them a second chance. And I talked to these group of students, and I asked them, how many of you knew what the right thing to do was? When you committed this crime, how many of you knew what the right thing to do was? Every one of them raised their hand. Because they did the wrong thing, but they knew what the right thing to do was. So my statement to you is always do the right thing, because you're going to need the practice. Always do the right thing. Character is who you are when no one's looking. Always do the right thing. How do you make good ethical decisions? One way I make good ethical decisions, certain rules that I follow and decisions that I make, they have to pass a certain test. If it's against the law, I'm not going to do it. If it's morally wrong, I'm not going to do it. If it's against policy, then I'm not going to do it. And I know in school they talk to you about the 6 pillars of character, which is trustworthiness, respect, responsibility, fairness, caring, and citizenship. You can use these pillars of character as ethical values to guide your choices. Never make excuses. Aim high and always do the right thing. I'm going to end with a poem, and this poem was written by a person by the name of Edgar Guest, and this was George Washington Carver's favorite poem. George Washington Carver created over 300 uses of the peanut. You heard of George Washington Carver? This poem is called Equipment, and it says, figure it out for yourself, my lad. You've all that the greatest of men have had. 2 arms, 2 legs, 2 hands, 2 eyes, and a brain to use if you would be wise. With this equipment they all began, so start for the top and say, I can. Look them over, the small and great. They take their food from a common plate, and similar knives and forks they use. With similar laces they tie their shoes. The world considers them brave and smart, but you've all they had when they made their start. You can triumph and come to skill. You can be great if you only will. You're well equipped for the fight you choose, for you have arms and legs and a brain to use. You are the handicap that you must face. You are the one who must choose your place. You must say where you want to go, how much you will study the truth to know. God has equipped you for life, but He lets you decide what you want to be. Courage must come from the soul within, and the man must furnish the will to win. So figure it out for yourself, my lad. You've all that the greatest of men have had. And with your equipment, they all began. So start for the top and say, I can. That's what I want you to say. I can. I can. See there? He said it. Say, I can. There's a pledge that my son quotes, and it's called a pledge to myself. It says, today I pledge to be the best possible me. No matter how good I am, I know I can become better. Today I pledge to build on the work of yesterday, which will lead me into the reward of tomorrow. Today I pledge to feed my mind knowledge, my body strength, and my spirit faith. Today I pledge to reach new goals, new challenges, and new horizons. Today I pledge to listen to the beat of my drummer, who leads me onward in search of dreams. Today I pledge to believe in me and to say I can. Are there any questions?